Hey guys, welcome back to Chronicles. So last Sunday we covered part 1, which was the dreamer. Today we are going to talk about Naomi. Last week the dreamer was in relations to Joseph. This week it's going to be in relations to Naomi. If you're not familiar with Naomi, I will give you a little background information about Naomi. Naomi is found in the book of Ruth, and she is actually the mother-in-law of Ruth. Naomi had a husband and 2 sons, and they moved to a foreign land. And in that foreign land, her husband died along with her 2 sons. So she's left with only her 2 daughter-in-laws. When they died, she's like, let me go back to my hometown and I'm going to send my daughter-in-laws back to their hometown. The one daughter-in-law, she was like, all right, deuces, I'm going back home. Ruth was like, no, I'm staying with you. So I don't know about you, but sometimes when something doesn't go planned, I like to just shut the world out, shut people that are close to me out. And I just want to be isolated, want to be left alone. So like in the dreamer, when I said how we have dreams, we have visions, and they don't end up going as planned, sometimes we may adopt what is called the Naomi mindset. And I say the Naomi mindset because Naomi, when she came back to her town, everybody was so excited to see her. Meanwhile, she's like, I left my town to enter into another place. And I left. When I left, I was full. I was happy. I had joy. I had everything. And then I come back and I'm empty. I have a lot of loss. Like, there's no success in my life. Like, I'm just hopeless right now. So sometimes we become that type of person where we're like, everybody's excited to see us, everybody's happy, everybody's like, oh, we're so proud of you. Meanwhile, you're feeling like, why? Sometimes we just get so caught up in the world's definition of success. And so when she comes back, she's like, don't call me Naomi, call me Mara. And so that's why I named this Call Me Bitter, because bitter is another word for Mara. So she's just throwing this pity party. I just have no hope in this life. Poor me. What am I ever going to do with my life? Yeah, that was me when I came back from Morocco. I was like, I'm invisible. I'm not here. I didn't even want to go to church. I just want to be in bed, dead to the world. But we can't get like that. We have to remember that community is so important. So last time we talked about faith in our hard times was important. Community when we're feeling like disappointed, bitter, angry, mad, hopeless. We have to get a body of believers around us. We have to get a bunch of people that have positive vibes, because that helps us get out of our rut. And so that helped Naomi, because if Naomi did not allow Ruth to tag along with her, Naomi would have died in the place of bitterness. And there were so many great traits to Naomi that Ruth had brought out of her. Ruth had no idea who Boaz was. So when Ruth went into his field and Ruth had told Naomi about it, Naomi was able to show that she had wisdom, show that she had knowledge, show that she had insight, because without Naomi, Ruth would not have been gleaning in his field in order to be like, oh, you're my kinsman redeemer. So that was essential for Naomi to act out her wisdom. And so sometimes we feel like we're empty. Meanwhile, God has so much downloaded in us. We just have to get out of the mindset, me. And we have to think about, what is God's heart? What does he want? What is his plans? I don't know about you guys, but when I leave this earth, I want every single talent, every single gift, every single thing that God has downloaded into me, I want it to be emptied out of me. I don't want to die full. If Naomi would have just crawled up into a little cave and just literally had nothing to do with anybody, she would have died full. Like, she had so much wisdom. She had the ability to mentor. She told Ruth, okay, in order for him to be your kinsman redeemer and to reveal that that's who you need him to be, you need to do this. You need to go to the threshing floor at this time and make sure nobody sees you and make sure you uncover his feet. If she didn't have that knowledge, then they would have just been stuck gleaning in a field their whole life. God just strategically places and plants people in our lives to help us. It is just up to us to get out of our feelings and just allow people to enter into our lives to help us to cope with certain things. So that's my prayer, is that we become a willing vessel to be able to have community, be able to work past our bitterness, past our pain, and to just get better and not to get bitter. Thank you guys so much for watching, for your comments, support, and I'll see you guys next Sunday. Make sure you guys like it if you guys like this video, and make sure you guys subscribe. I love you guys. Bye.
Closer, the one foot